Hey everyone, welcome to Your First Digital Product, a show that helps maxed out service providers create their first digital product so they can gain an additional income stream, grow their impact without increasing one-on-one work, and experience more time freedom. On the show, I talk to business owners who have launched digital products and dig deep into how you can create, launch, and market your first digital product. I'm your host, Renee Morozowicz. Let's go. Hey friends, welcome to the last episode of Season 2. I'm really excited that you're here with me today, and this episode is going to be very similar to the last episode of Season 1. Just a little bit different. I do have a lovely little presentation here to show you. If you're listening, totally fine, but if you are watching the YouTube video, you will see that I will be very small in the corner of the screen, and I have a little presentation put together for you to kind of recap how things have been going. So without further ado, for the last episode of Season 1, I went through and talked about what went well, what didn't go well, and so on. I decided to put all of that information into a little Canva presentation here, and I've also included more information on Season 2. So we're just going to go through my 4-question framework, and that includes what happened, what went well, what didn't go well, and what I'll try next time. Now, the slides here I have are for Season 1, and I've already gone through those, so I'm just going to kind of move through those quickly. I'll put a link to the Canva presentation if you want to look at these slides, but my thought is that I will keep adding to this presentation over time for each season. Now, I do want to stop here on this slide where I noted some things I wanted to try in Season 2. So I wanted to try Joe's content flywheel in that he created a social post and then some content from there. I wanted to batch at least 2 solo episodes. I wanted to get more feedback from my podcast guests. I wanted to measure the time it took me to produce the podcast and create some additional videos. Now, I'm not going to tell you the results of that yet, but I will get to those points. But I just wanted to kind of recap where I wanted to go, and then we'll see if I actually got there or not. So, Season 2. Now, this season was really about continuing in the face of adversity. If you've been listening, you know that I broke my ankle in June, very shortly after I put out the first episode of Season 2, or the second episode. Actually, I think it was the second episode. And I was able to continue to release weekly episodes. I did do 2 YouTube lives. I dialed in my setup a little bit more. And I kept thinking about areas for improvement to streamline the podcast and make it better content for you. And really, that's what Season 2 has all been about. Now, what happened? I continued to show up. I continued to put the podcast out weekly as much as I could. I continued to send the emails that I said I wanted to send, create social posts and all of that good stuff. So basically, I just kept at it. I did release 27 episodes this season. I did 2 YouTube lives. I dialed in my social strategy a little bit. I did work with someone, Corey, and she will be on the podcast in Season 3. And we talked about a couple different things. I got on Instagram and Threads as this new business, Scenic Route Digital, and a couple other things that she suggested I try. And I built out my website a lot more than it was in Season 1. I've added case studies, I've added a landing page for my services, and other things as well. So that's basically what happened. Now, what has gone well? I have managed to create solo episodes just from outlines. So I no longer have a script, for better or for worse. You can let me know if you prefer the script. If you look at some of the solo episodes from Season 1, you'll see that I'm basically reading from something that I had already written. And here, I'm kind of freeforming it. So here, I basically just have some bullet points, some notes, basically a presentation that I'm not showing you. I'm showing it to you now. But typically for the solo episodes, I go from notes and basically just talk and hopefully let it be a little bit more freeform. I was able to batch at least 2 episodes. I was trying to think about this. I don't remember if I was able to batch more, but 2 episodes. And that was amazing. It was so amazing to not have to record again in 2 weeks because it does take a lot of setup. I know it doesn't look like much here, but it does involve a reconfiguration of the room and the webcam and the microphone and all of the things. So it does take some time to set up, and being able to record 2 episodes back to back was really helpful. I did get some feedback and did market research calls. So those were super fun. And it was great to be able to talk with people who I had never met before about their thoughts on digital products, and I learned so much from those. I did get a new webcam. I didn't even realize this was something that I was wanting or lacking, but looking at the quality of the video over time, I was unhappy with it. And this new webcam, oh, so much better. So very happy with that. I also tried out a cold open, I believe on the episode with Angela Markham, where she talked about affiliate marketing. So I may continue to do that in the future, but that was definitely something that I tried where instead of diving right into the intro with the music, I took a really interesting snippet from the video, showed that first, also on the audio, and then went into my regularly scheduled plan with the music intro and then so on. So that has gone really well, and I've been very happy with that. Now, what hasn't gone so well? This process still takes a long time. It takes a long time to produce the podcast. I do have some systems in place for it. However, I do need to be more efficient with it in the future. Sometimes I feel like the interviews go off track. Now, I'm not sure if you like that or not. Sometimes I have a set of questions ready and we kind of fall down some rabbit holes, and I hope that the audience is still getting value from that. So I'm saying it hasn't gone well, but I guess it really depends on you. If you're thinking, oh, I love whenever you go down a rabbit hole, or you're like, oh my God, can she get back to talking about digital products already? So I'm really not sure, but in my mind, I'm just wondering. Also, I don't believe I've been sharing about my services enough. This is one thing that Corey mentioned when I was working with her, in that it's great to promote the podcast and it's great to promote the email list, but oh, hey, I offer services too. So that is something that I do need to work on. And I would love to build out my email list more. I have gained subscribers over the year, but I really would like to do even better than I have so far. Now, what I would like to keep doing in season 3, I would love to keep finding new and interesting guests. So if I'm on social media or somewhere and I come across you and I see that you have a digital product and you look like maybe my kind of person, chances are I'll ask you to be on the show. I'm also looking to do some different episodes. Specifically, those are people who are thinking of launching a product, and maybe we would do a little brainstorming call. Like, what are you thinking of? Just to kind of give people a sense of how I actually work with clients one-on-one. I would like to keep putting out solo episodes every other week, sharing new and past episodes, continuing to ask for feedback, and like I mentioned, continuing to refine the process so that this is as easy as possible to produce. Now, what would I like to try in season 3? So recently I had a podcast audit from Joe Casabona. Joe was on the podcast very early, and he recently did a podcast audit for me, and he walked through several areas of improvement, and I would like to work on those in season 3. Some hopefully before season 3, which includes maybe changing the podcast graphic a little bit, but some during the season. So I would like to continue to work on that. I would love to be a guest on other shows. If you listen to podcasts and there is a show that you think I would be a good fit for, if you would let me know, that would be fantastic. I would love to reach out. Or if you yourself have a podcast and think I might be a good fit for your podcast, please let me know. I would love to guest on other podcasts in 2024. Like I mentioned, I did 2 YouTube lives and they were okay, but I didn't continue to do them. Now, looking back on those, one of them does have a lot of views, and the corresponding blog post does get a fair amount of visits. Now, I don't know if those are exactly my customers or not. However, I do think that is good because then I can get more exposure and draw the people into my orbit who might resonate with the things that I'm saying. So I would like to continue to do lives in 2024. However, I need to set up a framework, something that's easily repeatable from month to month or from quarter to quarter or however often I decide to do those. So that is something that I do want to work on. And I was also thinking another way that I could streamline is to record specific weeks of the month. So for example, maybe the first 2 weeks or the second 2 weeks, but not just having open recording all month long every month. Giving myself some time to just not have to move the office around, not have to set everything up, I think would be really helpful. So that's what I'd like to try in season 3. So that is my recap framework. Now, I use this same framework with my clients after they have launched their digital product. So we just look at what happened and what went well and what didn't go well and what can you try next time. So this framework can be used for anything. So you can look at your last quarter, you can look at your whole last year, you can look at a project that you worked on or anything like that. I think these questions are so powerful to be able to kind of steer the ship forward so that you can get to where you want to go. So that's what I have for season 2. Season 2 is a wrap. I hope you enjoy the time off for the rest of this year. I hope to see you again in the new year. And any thoughts, I always welcome your thoughts. If you are interested in learning about something specific or you have a question about something I've already covered, I would love to talk about it more on the show. You can go to yfdp.show/share and leave me a voice message or reach out through my contact form or hit me up on social media. Wherever you can find me, I'm happy to hear what you have to say, and I can't wait to see you again in season 3. In the meantime, in between, I will be releasing a bonus episode for season 2, just like I did for season 1, and it will be all of the advice from all of the guests during the season. So I typically ask, what are your 2 to 3 pieces of advice? Right at the end of the episode, I snip all of those out, add my thoughts to the beginning and the end, and that is the bonus episode that I'll have for you. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up and grab that quick bonus episode. Hey, thanks for listening. I'd love to continue the conversation in your inbox. Email subscribe to hey@yfdp.show or sign up in the show notes to get bi-monthly emails about how you can create, launch, and market your first digital product. Can't wait to see you there.